She has a rich history, a beautiful woman with the sweetest gifts, beautiful sunrise and an evening kiss, picturesque sunsets on the evening seas, reggae, beaches, flowers, ferns, Jamaica. Today we celebrate our economy, our island beauty, our people, our gifts. I'm Adrian Atkinson, and this is Jamaica Magazine. Stay with us as we see how much Jamaica has to smile about.
The Scientific Research Council is bringing reliable, accurate and efficient analytical testing services to you. Investors, manufacturers and service operators, protect yourself and consumers by ensuring that your product and environs are safe and secure. Come to us to test your food, cosmetics, potable and recreational water, environmental air quality, trade effluent, and to conduct shelf life studies for products. The SRC conducts on-site sampling, or you can submit your samples to our offices at Hope Gardens Complex, Kingston 6. The Analytical Services Department Laboratory is certified locally and internationally and is accredited ISO 17025. For more information, visit our office or send an email to prinfo@src-jamaica.org or call us at 927-177124. The Scientific Research Council, making science, technology and innovation work for you.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, January 10. Jamaicans are being warned to always be prepared for an earthquake in the wake of last night's powerful 7.6 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Honduras.
We're asking Jamaicans, in whatever way, shape or form you can, do something. Do something to exercise your earthquake awareness, your earthquake preparedness. And if you're in doubt, make contact with this office. Visit our website. We have a host of documents ready for you. We would also want persons to visit the local authorities, the local municipal corporations, because they too, we have pamphlet, brochure, all of that ready.
The earthquake was recorded at 10:20 Tuesday night, following which a tsunami warning was issued. The warning has since been cancelled. Calling the quake a reminder that disasters can occur at any time, Director General Major Clive Davis urged the Jamaicans to practice earthquake safety measures. Earthquake Awareness Week 2018 is being observed from January 7 to 13 under the theme Preparing for the Quake Helps Reduce Damage After the Shake. National security, economic growth, and the ongoing wage negotiations with the public sector are among the topics of discussion at a three-day cabinet retreat. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is leading the cabinet retreat, which started this morning at the office of the Prime Minister. Cabinet members will also discuss plans for the 2018-2019 budget. The Ministry of National Security has allocated $92.8 million towards the purchase of equipment aimed at securing the nation's borders. Among the acquisition are 6 helicopters and 4 airplanes for the Jamaica Defense Force. The aircraft, worth approximately $49 million, will be used for passenger, troop and medical evacuation, heavy cargo and troop transfer, as well as training. The purchase complements last year's procurement of 2 boats worth $26.4 million for the JDF Coast Guard and the customization of a $16.9 million surveillance plane. As part of the Ministry of National Security's 5-pillar crime reduction strategy, Minister Robert Montego says the equipment will prevent the entry of illegal guns and ammunition as well as uncustomed goods. Last year, the security forces seized over 850 illegal guns and nearly 22,000 rounds of ammunition. 500 public and private sector healthcare workers will be trained to identify and treat victims of human trafficking.
We have to break this cycle of violence. Clearly, the health sector has a very important role to play in this regard. Training has been done in the past, but we do have turnover of staff, and so it's very useful that there is the training plan.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Sancia Bennett-Templer, was speaking at Monday's launch of the Standard Operating Procedures Manual for healthcare officials to deal with victims of human trafficking at the Ministry of Justice. The manual, titled Management of Suspected Victims of Trafficking in Persons Protocol for Healthcare Workers, contains pertinent information concerning the identification and protection of victims. Asserting that 88% of sex trafficking victims may turn to health facilities for help, Mrs. Bennett Templer said it was important for healthcare workers to be able to identify victims. A human trafficking video will also be developed and used as part of the orientation of all clinicians entering the health system. Sensitization training to combat the spread of the frosty pod rot disease affecting cocoa production has started among St. Mary farmers. Training began today in the parish, which has one of the larger acreages of cocoa farms on the island. Government will be assisting with the stripping, pruning, and spraying of cocoa trees in an effort to combat the disease. At a recent JIS think tank, Chief Plant Quarantine and Produce Inspector in the Agriculture Ministry, Sanil Wilson, said the move is expected to save over 8,800 acres of cocoa and secure the livelihood of more than 4,000 farmers.
When you prune trees, the trees will become more robust and yield more. So we're looking at about another 2 to 3 years if we are able, with the commitment of our farmers and the ministry's effort to manage this disease, that we will be back in the market.
Ms. Wilson is also reminding farmers that the frosty pod rot disease is highly contagious, and under the 2017 Frosty Pod Rot Disease Order, no transportation of cocoa should be carried out across parishes. Should there be a need for such transportation, farmers are being urged to contact the ministry, where a plant quarantine officer will be provided to assist in ensuring that all protocols are being observed. And finally, the Accompong Maroon community is slated to benefit from the Ministry of Culture's Economic Opportunities Workshop program.
We created an economic program for the Maroon communities that surrounded the Blue and John Crow Mountains. And we are now expanding that program to Accompong as we prepare the dossier for the cockpit country to be designated a World Heritage Site.
Portfolio Minister Olivia Grange was speaking at Saturday's ceremony marking the 280th anniversary of the signing of the peace treaty between the Accompong Town Maroons and the British government. The Economic Opportunities Workshop was created to help persons living in and around the Blue and John Crow Mountains to take advantage of the area being declared a World Heritage Site. Minister Grange says a team from the ministry will be working with the Colonel of Accompong to organize future celebrations to be marketed globally through the Ministry of Tourism. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
In 2017, the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service proved it is committed to ensuring each citizen has every prospect of a better quality of life. Here's a look at the year that was.
Government's move to build prosperity through partnership has achieved significant results.
The government is doing its part. Inflation is being managed. The exchange rate is relatively stable. The government is controlling its expenditure.
The country's economic reform program, ERP, remained on track, following notable outturns from steadfast implementation throughout the year. Among the gains is growth in the net international reserves, NIR, totaling over $3 billion as at November 2017.
I have not seen this amount of liquidity in the system as it is today. We have a stable currency. We have not seen that for decades. We have a strong NIR, reserves, and we have a stock market that's booming. So all of these parameters point to one big thing: confidence. And confidence is a precursor to success.
Other gains include a central government primary surplus of $48.6 billion. This was achieved in part due to positive performances in all categories of revenues and grants. Economic growth was recorded in the calendar year, while inflation remained low and a steady decline continued in the ratio between the country's debt and the gross domestic product.
And by the end of this fiscal year, it should be in the region of 108%. We're going in the right direction.
On the strength of these outturns, Jamaica also passed the first 2 biannual reviews under the IMF Precautionary Standby Arrangement. This means Jamaica can now access as much as $790 million US.
And I think it is really drawing on these reforms that you have achieved that you can move efficiently to the next step that you have yourself identified.
In 2017, Jamaica continued to benefit from additional funding support from other multilateral organizations. Finance Minister Audley Shaw secured funds to improve access to financing by micro, small and medium enterprises (MSME). The Inter-American Development Bank (IDB) facilitated the $2.6 billion Jamaican dollar investment loan. There was also a $70 million US loan agreement with the World Bank.
This loan is to assist the government's efforts to achieve higher levels of economic growth through the continued implementation of various initiatives targeted at improving the investment climate, improving competitiveness, fiscal consolidation, and public financial management in Jamaica.
The government also partnered with the Japan International Corporation (JICA) to improve the country's emergency communication system and to strengthen the government's energy management and efficiency program through a $30 million US loan agreement. Several pieces of legislation were passed in the Houses of Parliament to facilitate business and increase earnings for the government as well as pensioners. Phase 2 of the personal income tax threshold took effect on April 1, 2017. This saw the figure moving from a little over $1 million to $1.5 million. Nearly 400,000 persons on the pay-as-you-earn PAYE tax roll are now exempt from paying income tax.
The goal of the personal income tax reform was therefore to reduce the tax burden on those overburdened PIT payers, while at the same time rebalancing the overall tax burden towards consumption or indirect taxation.
Also, the national budget of $715 billion was increased by over $89 billion. Parliament approved the first supplementary estimates for the 2017-2018 fiscal year in December. Work to create efficiency in governance continued under the Public Sector Transformation Program. 84 state entities have been identified for divestment, merger, subsuming into central government or closure. The changes began in 2017.
This government is serious about transforming the public sector into an efficient and productive workforce.
Meanwhile, a network to provide efficient and up-to-date data was established. The National Strategy for Development of Statistics is being operated by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, STATIN.
Systems such as this demonstrate a level of integration that investors find appealing because it means they can be strategic in the legwork they must undertake, and this drives growth.
The government of Jamaica, through the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, making significant achievements through strong performances in 2017 as it builds prosperity in the economy through partnership.
Let's get a little breeze on this land. Now let's get some bounce in the rhythm. All right. Let's get some fire on our hearts. Now that is what we call all right. Run, come, get some Jamaica.
From just a few thousands in the 1920s to 4 million in 2017, what am I talking about? Jamaica's tourist arrival. But don't just take my word for it. Watch this.
The achievement of 4 million visitors in a single year is no mean feat for a country of 2.7 million people. And what we are saying is that we've done this against great odds. What's exciting about Jill and Stephen is that this is their 25th visit to Jamaica. They make the statement that we have repeated so often, that this destination has an allurement. It has a charm, it has a magnetism that keeps holding visitors time and time again. So that's why we have the highest repeat business in the region, 42%.
We know we're coming back next year in December again for Christmas, as we have been probably for 10 years now. So it's our home, second home away from home, as we call it. So, and if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't come back. You make us feel welcome and that we're part of your family, just as we try to make you part of our family and learn about you and your families. And so we've built friendships through the years coming here. So it's just good to be back. And as I said, it's a good time for sorrel.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
From my little corner in our shining homeland, I have made a pledge to work diligently and creatively. I have pledged my strength, my love, my loyalty in ensuring this our green isle of the Indies increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity. The allure of the landscape, the white coral sands, the sea-carved cliffs of the shorelines, the warm, free spirit of the people beckons tenderly to natives and visitors alike. This natural paradise of over 4,000 square miles is home to about 2.7 million English-speaking inhabitants, principally of African roots. Jamaicans are a sport-loving people. Cricket, track and field, and football are among the most popular spectator sports. The strength and resilience of the people are embodied in world-class athletes such as Asafa Powell, Veronica Campbell-Brown, Shelley and Fraser-Price, and Usain Lightning Bolt. The vibrant city of Kingston, the country's capital, is built around the 7th largest natural harbor in the world and is the center of economic and political life. The second city, Montego Bay, is a virtual tourist mecca. The magnificent mountains that form a ridge across the length of the country are home to the more than 300 species of herbs, plants and animals and are endemic to the country. Towering some 7,500 feet above sea level is the Blue Mountain's highest peak, the cradle of the world's best tasting coffee. Jamaica's economic policies encourage foreign investment in areas that earn or save foreign exchange, generate employment, and use local raw materials. The entire economy revolves around a well-developed financial services sector that operates on international best practice standards. The Financial Services Commission, FSC, as well as the Bank of Jamaica, regulate and supervise the industry. Cross-border trading with other markets in the Caribbean underscores the depth of the market. The Port of Kingston has the 7th largest natural harbour in the world and is the premier trading hub of the Caribbean. The two international airports, Norman Manley in Kingston and Saxton Montego Bay, allow easy entry and exit from the island and are complemented by a well-organized, on-the-ground transport system. A comprehensive healthcare system that promotes physical, mental, social and spiritual well-being is the foundation on which the country seeks to enhance the quality of life for all its people. Jamaica is a country infused with pride in its unique history, stunning landscape and influential culture. It has much to offer its people and the curious traveler. The beauty of nature and the creative spirit of the Jamaican people have combined to shape a nation and country that is one of the most beautiful in the world.
Cervical cancer, caused by the human papillomavirus HPV, is a major public health concern in Jamaica. Almost 50% of the women diagnosed each year die from this preventable disease. To prevent cervical cancer and save lives, the Ministry of Health is providing the bivalent HPV vaccine to girls ages 9 to 14 years free of cost. Parents, give your girls a fighting chance against this deadly disease. The bivalent HPV vaccine is safe and provides 90 to 100% protection against HPV type 16 and 18, which are responsible for most HPV-caused cancers. Call the Ministry of Health's toll-free line 1-888-1-LOVE or 1-888-663-5683 for more information, or email us at hpvinfo@moh.gov.jm. You can also find further information on the website moh.gov.jm, as well as the Ministry of Health's social media channels.
Mohammed Jemni said, "The disability is not the problem. The accessibility is the problem." Here's how the NYS is helping youth with special needs get past their obstacles.
I love to explore and I love to pull and fix. I'm curious about life and what it's worth.
I'm a part of the Special Olympics team for Westmoreland.
I'm also a Special Olympian. I'm proud to be one.
I have a lot of medals, but the bad thing about it is not a lot of gold, but it's medals.
As the first race I won, I came dead last.
A guy run left me. And this year, I went back to Kingston and I make up my mind and say, you know what?
I don't make no Kenyan person run with me again.
Because guess what? I want it 1 out of 1. I don't want to be 2-0.
So I take it and for the whole week, I train until that the race will come. I'm going to win it by far.
And accomplish, will achieve.
The experience was nice. I learned some new things. And every time I can take shortcuts in our work.
Thank you for the National Youth Service. I think God put it on this earth, really, for people with disability. It is a great program, a wonderful program. It helped me to realize a lot of things in this world. So I can do think about other things and go at them. Not just sit at home and playing games, watching TV, because I know that won't help me.
We have been privileged to go through this experience with all of these young persons. It has been both a learning experience for us, the staff at the NYS, as well as the young persons. We saw the young persons developing their own personal and professional skills. If you or someone you know has an intellectual disability, you can refer them to the National Youth Service, where our program fully caters to their personal and professional needs, where we will be sure to assist them in transitioning into the world of work.
The National Youth Service, empowering Jamaica's young people.
Jamaica, this is Kevin Downswell. We original. We were blessed. We have something about us that the world craves. We don't need to compromise. We don't need to rob. We don't need to thief nobody. Everybody who watch this have something unique in them that God placed in you, that was used to bring you favor, was used to bring you wealth. Find it. It's inside of you. Whether they're on the street side, something special inside of you. Whether they're at the bar or drink rum and you try to drink away your troubles, listen to me. And I say go. If you find that thing is what is the very thing that will bring you wealth, the very thing that will bring your life to a level you never imagined. Everybody out there have a choice. And my challenge to you is choose to do the right thing. Choose to not bust that gun. Choose to not smoke that weed. Choose the right thing. Your decision will create a habit, and your habit will create a future. That means if your decision is wrong every day, your future will end up being popped down. But if you decide that you're not going to do that, and you're going to stand up for the right, watch it. Your future big. You're blessed. Jamaica, you're blessed. Youth, you're blessed. Girl, you're blessed. Love.
The funeral for Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Information Service, Ian Boyne, will be held on Sunday, January 14. The service will be between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the National Indoor Sports Center in Kingston. Persons may view the body prior to the start of the service from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. His body will be interred at the Dovecote Memorial Park in St. Catherine. Members of the public are invited to join in the celebration of the life of the veteran journalist. And for those who can't be in attendance, the service will be streamed live on the JIS Facebook page and broadcast live on JNN.
Our national commitment bids us to learn true respect for all, to stir response to duty's call. It bids us to do it for the love of our land, love of our people, and love of our Jamaica. And while you do it for the love, take time to like and follow our social media pages and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit our website or send us an email as we keep you informed. On behalf of the entire production crew here at the GIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.